Hey tiny bakers, Merry Christmas! Today's cake is part 2 Rudolph's surprise cake, and we call this one Up on the Housetop. The first cake you want to make is the red velvet cake. Add 2 tablespoons of water and mix it well. Spray your pans and pour your batter. Make sure the batter doesn't go more than halfway to the top of the pan. These tiny cakes will need to bake for approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Now it's time to cut out our noses. If you need more instruction on this, please see our previous video. Now we need to prepare a vanilla cake. Add 2 tablespoons of water, mix well, spray your pan, but only pour half of the batter into the pan. Now we want to place the row of Rudolph's noses in the middle of our batter. Then we're going to add more cake batter on top of the Rudolph's noses until we have the entire row of noses covered. Now that the noses are covered, we want to take our batter and we want to pull it toward the row of noses and try to make it form into a triangle. This will make it easier to form a rooftop. Bake the cake for approximately 15 minutes. When it's golden on top, it's ready to come out. Now that our cake is cool, we are going to trim it up to make it look more like a rooftop. This is where you might need a sharper knife. Be sure to ask mom or dad or some adult for help. Just remember, the shape you're going for here is a triangle. We're trying to make it look like a rooftop. Okay, so we have our triangle and you can see what it's going to look like. We're going to be able to see Rudolph's nose. So now we're going to crumb coat our rooftop. Remember, don't worry if you see cake crumbs in your icing at this point. We're going to cover it up. Now that this first layer of icing is done, we're going to stick our rooftop into the fridge for about 15 minutes. This next part is so simple, but it makes it look like you're a really good decorator. All we're doing is we are using this little piping tool to pipe circles on our roof, and then we're going to use our spatula and drag it upward. That will make it look like we have little shingles on our roof. Everyone hopes for snow on Christmas Eve, right? I want my roof to have a little more of a point, so I'm just going to pipe a little more icing along the top. Now for the sides of my roof, I've decided to use a star tip just to give it a little more texture. This icing on the sides is also giving my roof more structure and making it look more like a triangle. Now for the chimney. I made a second white cake and cut it in half, and then I'm cutting it in fourths to form my chimney. I'm using icing as a glue for my chimney, both to keep the sides together and to attach it to the house. But when I go to attach it, I realize, ooh, this chimney is a little big, so I'm going to cut it down and start again. There, that's better. Remember, this chimney is totally optional, but if you decide to add one, make sure to use toothpicks to help keep it in place. I'm using red icing for my chimney because most chimneys have red bricks, and it will give my little cake a pop of Christmas color. I'm using a star tip. My icing is a little warm, so I'm not getting that nice little star tip, but I still think it looks cute. Remember, have fun with this. Uh-oh, look who's arriving. It's Santa. We're going to give Santa a little help with these toothpicks as well, and there you have it. Our up on the housetop cake with Santa. And now when we cut it, ooh, what are we gonna see? Be sure to check out our tiny mixes at www.mittysminicooking.com. Merry Christmas, tiny bakers! Have fun!